Hi guys and welcome. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how I created this Swarovski crystal and white beaded bridal shoe. This is a Dorsey shoe, so I'll just show you the other side really quickly. And I think this is perfect for wedding day or a bridal shower at high tea. And I also wanted to take an opportunity to say thank you. I officially surpassed 13 subscribers, which may make you laugh and it may not seem like a big deal to you. But I remember when I had 0 subscribers, and I'm just so happy and grateful that people want to see what I'm making. So I hope that this shoe serves as a visual representation of how I feel because I'm just super excited and thankful. So let me show you what I used to make this shoe. For this project, you will need white shoes. You will need E6000 glue to attach the crystals and the beads to the shoe. And then you will need white halfback beads and Swarovski crystals in crystal clear in the size that you choose. I chose to use the 16SS and the 5mm, but to give you a comparison, this is a 20SS and a 7mm, and then here I have a 12SS and a 4mm. So you could do it in any size. It's totally up to you as to how you want the shoe to look. Just keep in mind that the smaller the bead in the crystal, the more time it takes and the more beading and crystals you need. Another pattern option would be to set the crystals and the beads in descending order of size. On this side, I have 20SS, 16SS, and 12SS. And then on this side, I have 8mm, 7mm, 5mm, 4mm, and 3mm. This pattern allows you to cover more of the surface of the shoe and gives it a slightly different look. Again, it's totally up to you, and these are just options to give you an idea of what things look like before you order, because I know it can be kind of hard to decide. Our first step is to establish the pattern of the beading in the crystals. If you're working with a Dorsey shoe like this one, you have a lot of different options. You can follow the long lines of the shoe going this way, or you can make shorter lines coming up the side and the same down here. For me, I'm not really sure exactly how I want it to look. I know that I want the crystals and the beads to kind of curve around the shoe. So I'm going to play around with it a little bit and I'll come back and show you what I've decided. This is the progress of the shoe so far. I decided to have the lines come down the shoe like this. And so in order to make that work, I turned the shoe like this. And I'm layering each way as I go. So it's a little bit different than how it's going to look like this, but I just wanted to show you that that's the way that this shoe is going to work. I'm going to keep going and I'll show you what it looks like after I've completed this side. This is a little bit more progress on the shoe. As you can see, the lines are forming nicely. I'm just going to keep taking this down all the way around the shoe. I decided to complete the top half of the shoe before I worked on the other side of the shoe because this side is different from this side and I want to make sure that I have the lines just right. In the meantime, I am going to go ahead and work on the heel of the shoe, and I'll show you my ideas for that in one moment. So as you can see, I took the lines at the top part of the shoe and brought them down, and then I kind of did the same thing here, and I just started at the point at the center and worked my way up. I have not done anything on the other side of the shoe, but I am going to get started on the heel. On the heel, I am using several different sizes of crystals, and I'll show you those in a minute. And what I have to decide next is whether I want to crystal the heel coming down or do it kind of diagonally and follow the same pattern. And then because the heel kind of has 4 points, I need to decide the best way to maximize the look of the crystals. So I'm going to think about that next and I will show you my results. These are the crystal sizes that I used for the heel. So at the top, I have 9SS, 12SS, 16SS, and then 20SS. This is the progress of the heel so far. So I'm using larger crystals at the top, and then as the heel narrows, I'm using the smaller crystals to fill in the space. I have completed the heel of the shoe. I went around the top part of the shoe, or the top part of the heel, with larger crystals, and then I just went down line by line, filling in space, starting with the larger crystals and then using the smaller pieces to fill in any spaces. I love how it turned out. I think it's really, really pretty. And then I wanted to show you on this side, this is also an option. So if you didn't want to do the beading and the crystal, you could just do the heel. And I think this has a really dramatic effect as well. Really quickly, I wanted to show you how I create the diagonal in the center of the shoe. I start out at a point and then I just work my way down. And this is the first line I create, and then I work out each way. My shoe is now complete and I love the results. So again, this is what it looked like before, and this is the after, and I'm just gonna go around the shoe so you can get a really, really good look at how it turned out. I love it. I think it's so pretty, and I know I always say this, but this is probably my favorite one so far. Before I go, I just wanted to share a couple of tips in case you want to change the design slightly or in case you run into some issues. The first one is I decided to follow the natural line of the shoe, but if you want to curve your beading and your crystals toward the front, you would just bring your line down and just add an extra crystal along the bottom of the shoe. And then the second issue is you want to make sure that you have a design idea for the front of the shoe before you start crystalling so that everything looks neat and put together. And I really just wanted to do this side by side to again stress that if you have the time and a little bit of money, you can certainly change the look of your shoes dramatically. This is a really beautiful wedding day shoe that won't take forever to make, and it won't cost too much. If you're looking for a less expensive design, I have another wedding shoe on my playlist. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.